All right, welcome back to JD's playoff preview. I've ditched Uncle Tab for these YouTube shorts where I'm going to walk you through the first round series of the NHL Playoffs. And this edition is the Tampa Bay Lightning versus Columbus Blue Jackets. So, we're going to start off with the first part, the background. Welcome back to the 62-win President Trophy winning Tampa Bay Lightning. A historically great season for Tampa with the likes of Kucherov, Stamkos, Point, Hedman, McDonough, Vasilevsky. I'll stop here because the list could go on and on and on. So, for such a historic season, what's their reward, you ask? Well, they just get the team that at the deadline pushed all of their chips all in. Welcome back to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Facing the chance that they may lose their best forward and their starting goaltender, Sergei Bobrovsky, GM Jarmo Kekalainen shocked the hockey world, trading for 3 more pending UFAs at the deadline in Duchesne, DeSingle, and McQuaid. This sets up to be an extremely tough first-round matchup for this all-time great Tampa Bay team. So let's break it down. I'm going to go ahead and give you a key for each team, an X factor for each team, and an MVP for each team. Also, if there's anything else that I think is missing that doesn't fall quite into any of those categories, I'm going to address it in the last segment, the back check. So, to start, we'll go ahead and look at Tampa. The Tampa Bay key to winning this series is going to be to attack the neutral zone with speed and to not turn the puck over. The turnover battle will be key for both teams, but Tampa really needs to make sure they can control the pace of these games. Tampa's speed in the neutral zone could put a lot of pressure on a slowish Columbus defense core. They're going to really need to get in and attack with speed and make sure that they get high-quality opportunities like they've been doing all season. So who's Tampa's X factor? This one's an easy one for me. It's Vasilevsky. What does a brilliant team that has everything need to have happen to win in the playoffs? Goaltending. What's the one Achilles heel that any great team can succumb to? Goaltending. Can Vasilevsky continue to have a brilliant season? I think so. And if he can, his team could not only dominate this series, but they could dominate on their way to the Cup, just like they've done all season. Now, who's going to be Tampa's MVP if they win this series? Pretty simple. Let's not overthink it in this category. It's going to be Kucherov. He should be the winner of the Hart Trophy, plain and simple. They'll want him to continue to be the best player in the league and continue to create a fearsome duo with Stamkos. Now, Columbus. What's their key to knocking off a historically great 62-win Tampa Bay Lightning? Well, they're going to need to use their advantages to the fullest, and that's going to be to grind Tampa's defense below the dots in the offensive zone. They're going to need to slow the pace down and use their size as an advantage. Columbus needs to turn this into a game of board battles, but you have to stay out of the box. Tampa Bay is a team that clicks on the power play at almost 30%, and they're absolutely lethal. So if you get in the box, they're going to punish you. Now, who's going to be Columbus's X factor? Reaching a little bit ways down the lineup here for this team, I'm going to go with Josh Anderson. If Columbus wins, I think it's because Josh Anderson is going to have to do a little bit of everything. He's going to have to forecheck, he's going to have to backcheck, he's going to have to score, he's going to have physical play, and he's going to have that after the whistle antagonization that we see so often in the playoffs that can sometimes set a team that looks ready to dominate into absolute oblivion because they can't handle the after the whistle antagonization. So that is a guy for me. He was over 20 goal scorer this year. He had a great year. He's big, he's physical, and he's somebody who I think can make a big difference against this Tampa Bay Lightning team. And finally, Columbus's MVP. You might be surprised that I don't have Sergei Bobrovsky or Artemi Panarin in this spot, but for me, if Columbus is going to win, they're going to need Cam Atkinson, a player who's still somewhat under the radar, especially for the casual hockey fan, to continue his unbelievable season. He's a 40-goal scorer this year and a hell of a player. If Columbus is going to pull off this upset, it's going to need to be Cam Atkinson scoring and scoring heavily. I think this sets up for a tough battle, a tougher than expected battle, especially for Tampa Bay. They're playing a team whose Stanley Cup is going to be winning this first round. The back check here is going to be, can this Columbus team come together? It seems like they have finally created a little bit of mojo going into the playoffs, surviving a challenge from the Montreal Canadiens to make it in as the 8th seed. I don't think they have enough to get over the hump, but it's certainly going to be an intriguing first round matchup.